All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Let me get a little chat back. You guys can hear me loud and clear? Just give me a second here. Just want to do a quick audio check. All right, good. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fausto Pugliese, president and founder of Cybertrain University. I'd like to thank you all for coming at this beautiful day here in New York. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We're having a great rally in the market. Been some great things going on, and some of you trying to figure out, maybe some of you are missing the rally, don't understand what's going on, want to know how to start capitalizing on taking matters in your own hands. And that's why a lot of us are here. Now, we have a lot of students that are here at Cybertrain University. They're here in the meeting to help promote CTU. We're looking to recruit new traders. The reason for it is that we want you to come and join our team to make you realize what trading is all about, because if the way trading we make money together is we work together. But before you ever consider getting involved with Cybertrain University or anybody, or even just doing it on your own, you first have to make sure, is trading for you? Is this something that I can do, something that I could understand? And let me explain to you. In 1 hour, in this event, I'm going to tell you everything you need to understand what trading's about and why you should continue with your future in trading. But to do that, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand the game. You got to know what trading's about. You got to know why we're buying this. You got to know why these things are going up. You have to know why you even consider trading a certain stock versus another. And that's my ultimate goal. And it all starts on what we're talking about right here on the PowerPoint, how the Level 3 program completely turned my trading around. So by doing that, let me just change the slide here. What you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is the wonderful CTU students at Cybertrain University at some of our on-site events. This is something we host all the time, but Cybertrain University is really not based on on-site training. It's all based on online trading. Time and time we do these events every year. We invite our students to come out, join us, and do events. And the beauty about this photo is I want you to look at the people that are in this crowd. You see engineers, you see grandmas, grandpas, border control people, cowboys, you see entrepreneurs around the world. These are the everyday people that are just like you, that want to learn how to trade in the market. And the students that you're seeing that right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, these people are people that have been with us for over a year, 3 years. These are not people who just woke up one morning and says, let me come out and see Cybertrain University. These are people that have been part of it and now want to get to meet their fellow traders and get to meet with them and these events that we do. But to be part of that, let me explain to you a little bit about myself so you understand what trading is all about. Just a couple of questions coming across here. And we're going to, Calvin, we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk about the iceberg orders. We're going to talk about level 3, but I want you to understand why we even got there, okay? Now, for some of you that have any of you guys ever seen me do a speaking before? Just give me a quick yes or no. Have any of you ever seen me talk about level 3, iceberg orders, high frequency trading, any of that stuff? Have you seen me at any events? Any of you guys ever seen that? Some of you have? Okay, good. And if you're a student, obviously we know. So basically, how I found level 3 trading is this. I've been doing this for 25 years. You can see I'm not that old. I started when I was 20 years old. And what I've learned is I live in New York, the financial capital of the world, and you know and I know people, there's these traders, these brokerage firms, they make so much money. And my dad, being a first-generation immigrant, and I'm first generation here, my dad always was a very hard worker, and he was a landscaper, and I thought, being back then, I was going to take over his business. And my dad said this, son, if you could do something without getting your hands dirty, that you could pay you a lot more money, then go out there and do it. And basically, the only thing I could have found is trading and being here and seeing people every day in my school, in my neighborhood, hey, what does your dad do? He's in the market. And never really understand how these kids are driving all these exotic cars and living in this great area. And you know what? I wanted to be part of that. I said, okay, well, if they could do it, why can't I? And that's what you're probably asking yourself. You're sitting there probably realizing, why am I paying these people? I could probably do a better job than myself. And you know what? You can, because they don't care about you. All they care about is their own commission. But before we even get to that, let me just tell you a little bit about regarding the trading aspect. I went out there and I blew up 3 accounts, okay? And I'm not embarrassed to say it. And I'll tell you why I blew up and lost so much money in the market when I first started. I was a self-taught, ignorant kid that felt like, what is somebody going to teach me? Why I got to go work for somebody? How possibly hard could it be? I opened up the Wall Street Journal. I put on the financial stations. I mean, how hard could it really be, right? Well, it's not that easy. And I kept on digging myself in a hole. I kept getting myself in trouble. I kept on losing more money. I asked to borrow more money from my parents. And all of a sudden, I just kept on losing and losing and losing. And finally, my dad says, listen, son, I'm giving you one more shot. And the only way I'm going to give you this money is you better go get a job and learn how to do it. So what I did was, I obviously, fortunately, having people in my neighborhood, I was able to go on an internship, learn how to trade from a fellow classmate of mine's parents, a brother actually. And let me tell you what I've learned. What I'm about to show you is exactly what I experienced 25 years ago. And what I experienced is this: I will never do a trade without trading with the right technology, because I was basically trading blind. And is that what you want to do, guys? How many times you feel like you're out there and you feel like somebody's watching you? Like every time you sell it, the thing goes up, and as soon as you buy it, it goes down. You just don't know how to play the game. Trading is a game. That's all it is. It's a game. And it pays a lot of money. And you know that. How many of you here are retired and now are starting to trade your IRA because Social Security is not paying enough? How many of you here just need to make supplemental income, or maybe you're too qualified to go back to work, or sick and tired working for somebody, for corporate America, or you just want to just basically have a steady, freedom to do what you want and spend and have a better quality of life? That's why Ronald says, me. You know what? And the people that you saw in that previous photo are exactly like you. So it's time to turn the page and now start to realize what trading is about and knowing what you're doing right and wrong. So what you're about to learn, everyone that's here, my goal today is I'm here to recruit new traders, because what I've learned is that when I work for somebody, eventually I need to move on, like we all do, right? And my mentor taught me, says, Fausto, I'm very proud of you, but I'm telling you one very important thing. Just because you're very successful here, you're not going to be successful on your own. The only way you're going to be successful is you have to surround people around you and train them to trade like you, and you work together like a team. Because you can't sit home by yourself with your 10 monitors, 6 monitors, whatever you are, and spend all this money and think you could do it on your own. If you are, you got a very big wake-up call. It's going to happen. And what I did was, that's how Cyber Trading University was born. And that's why Cyber Trading University is the longest running school in the industry, and that's why Cyber Trading University has trained more students than some of the biggest schools in the industry. We are the pioneer who did. I'm one of the godfathers who started day trading. And when I started, it was about 300 to 500 of us. Now there's 10 million. So, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't love what I do in teaching them. And my own students have moved. There are so many schools that go along as Cyber Trading University. There's so many students that have opened up their own trading rooms. So what I'm looking to do is I want to invite all of you guys to come into my trading room and meet the Bills, the Melitas, the Johns, the Kens, all these people, the everyday mom and pop that are doing what you're doing in our trading room. But for me to convince you to come, I need to first show you what it's all about. Now, I am a day trader. back in 2000, it was like a bad word, but day trading is the easiest, the most controllable thing to do. And if you're a swing trader, an option trader, you need to learn how to day trade first to understand how to get involved in this. So I'm going to show you how the market works and how to do it right. And then you need to make a decision that if you think that Fausto makes perfect sense, that I want to invite all of you guys to come and join me in my trading room. So that's basically what I'm looking to do. All right. So let me tell you now what I'm telling you, what I'm going to tell you also right now, a lot of I'm going to be talking about is going to be quite disturbing. If any of you are trading your spouse's money, I probably would tell them to walk away because they're going to probably sit there and yell at you and like, how do you not know this? How do you not know that? And trust me, I hear it all the time. So if you are trading your own money or you think about going your own and you want to do this right, this is what you're going to make you realize if this is for you or not. Because if you're not going to do it right, then what you need to do is close your brokerage account, start interviewing stockbrokers, and let them trade. And hopefully they'll show you 5–10% a year on your money. But if you want to know how to make the 5–10% a day, this is what you need to do. Let's talk about half the failure rate. Greg, also about forex. Listen, forex futures, you know, they're great, and you should know a little bit about everything, Greg. Okay, but don't feel like, oh, you know, I started forex. I love forex, but you might find that it might be cheaper and easier, and have a better chance of winning by trading a different market. Remember, like I told you, day trading is not for everybody, okay? Futures trading and forex trading is not for everybody, but you should sample a little bit and see if you do get it. And that's my goal today. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about half the failure rate of today's industry. Half the people fail by not trading with something called a direct access broker. Now, can everyone just give me a chat back and let me know? Is anyone here using direct access? If you don't know what direct access is, just give me a big question mark, which would be easier. Queemer, that's a great question. We're not there yet. Let's start off with the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake everybody has right now is they think they got to open up a brokerage account, and that's the biggest failure rate. You need to know what a direct access is. That's the first thing. Wow, look at all the questions. TradeStation, Rentals, direct access, you should already know that. Look at all the question marks. Okay, so let me try to compare the two. Okay, listen to me carefully. I assume a lot of us here drive a car. Okay, driving a car is like direct access. Online brokers, Fidelity, Scottrade, E-Trade, they're called online brokers. That is not direct access. That's like dealing with public transportation. Now, if you're here starting a family or you're running a business, you know that you cannot run a successful business dealing with public transportation, okay? You need your own car. Try to explain that to a pregnant wife that's in labor. Oh, honey, I didn't buy a car because it's too expensive. We got to wait for the local bus that comes in. Well, you're in labor now at 12? Well, the next one comes at 6 a.m. You know what I know. I'm just trying to use some metaphors. You can't run a successful business dealing with having the wrong brokerage account. So that's the number one biggest mistake, okay, is having, you know, the right brokerage account. Now, we don't work for brokerage firms. We're not a brokerage firm, okay? We're not a firm. We're an educational school. We started the first trading room. If you want to know what's a good brokerage firm for you, every one of you can have access to one of our instructors and our education advisors. Everyone's a case-by-case basis, okay? You're from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, different financial situations. At the end of the presentation, you're all going to have the opportunity to talk to one, and we'll tell you who we recommend. So don't ask me, Fausto, who do you like or who do you use? Listen, we're not endorsed by anybody. I don't want to be endorsed. I don't want to get paid by anybody. I'm here to work for you, okay? And most importantly, everyone's a case-by-case basis. But write this down on a piece of paper. What you need to write on a piece of paper, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to call your brokerage firm and ask them if they're direct access. That's the first thing you want to do, okay? Now, let's go to the next thing. What is direct access? So let me tell you how online brokers make money, because remember, this is going to lead to level 3. This is going to lead now to make you realize Oh, now I understand what is direct access. Oh, now I understand how my brokerage firm makes money against me. So now let's talk about IB. I don't know if it's direct access. I don't do any business with interactive brokers, but you need to ask them and go from there. Okay. So let's talk about how online brokers make money. Let me just clarify this really quick with you. Here's your order. Okay. Let me just show you how online brokers make money. You send an email to the brokerage firm. What they're going to do is they're going to take your order and sell it to another brokerage firm. This is where they make most of their money for something that's called payment for order flow. Now, you notice how I wrote it so small? Because I did that on purpose, because that's the same kind of writing they use on the back of their account statements. What that means is your brokerage firm is selling your trade to somebody else and getting paid a commission on the back end. That's how they make most of their money. If they can't sell it, then it goes to a market maker, which is their trading department. From an order routing system, they're going to do something that's called a dark pool. They're going to see if they have stock in their own inventory, and they're going to sell you stuff that they have that they can't get out of. If they don't, then it goes to the trading desk. The trading desk is a person that has what's called the direct access system. He's going to try to buy it on the bid, sell to you on the offer, make the spread, and then charge you a commission. Now, think about this for a second. Do you really think that Scottrade makes money on your charging you $7 a ticket? I mean, really think about it. They have 3,000 offices. Do you really think they make money on $7 a ticket? Do you work for $7 an hour? Anyone here work for $7 an hour? Meanwhile, the average trader does 2 trades a year. Do you work for 5 cents a minute, 5 cents an hour? I know I'm trying to be ridiculous, but that's the truth. If you actually think that they make money on your $7 a ticket, then you're in the wrong business. This is how they make their money. They work your order, they sell your order, and they're trading against you. And not only that, but brokerage firms, their biggest thing is they're almost acting as a casino. They're actually taking the bet in anticipation, because they know that 70% of traders, I think it's higher than that, fail. They're losing money. Okay, that's what they do. ECN accounts are quite the same as direct access. Yes, and we didn't get to that yet. That's level 3, the ECNs. We're going to get to that. Right now, what I'm just trying to clarify is that we have a lot of you here that don't even know what level 3 is. A lot of you here don't even know what a direct access broker is. Right now, all you know is what you watch on CNBC or any of the financial stations, Fox Business, and you start seeing Fidelity, Scottrade, E-Trade, the monkeys, the baby commercials, and like, wow, there must be it's a lot cheaper than dealing with my traditional stockbroker. Why not have an account with them? What they're not telling you is that the Charles Schwabs, all of them. I can go on and on. What they're not telling you is how they make money on you. Remember, why are you here, guys? Let's think about this for a second. Why are you here, realistically? What are you doing here? Just give me a quick answer. What is the purpose of you being and listening to Cybertrain University and the owner of Cybertrain University, the longest running school? Why are you here? Because I know it's not for my great voice, or my perfect hair, or maybe my good looks. I don't know, but there is a reason why you're here. Exactly. You're here to make money. That's it. And I am here to explain to you how to make that money. And the reason why people lose money is they're doing the opposite. Okay? So if you don't want to be part of the 50% failure rate, then you got to fire your online broker, and you have to learn what we're talking about. And remember, what I'm telling you is these things they do not want to tell you about. Okay? Now, let's get into the execution system. You know what, Jacques? That's exactly it's exactly what I'm saying. You don't care what stock you trade. You actually don't even want to know what the company does. I could tell you 5 stocks today that were up, 30, 50, 100%. And you're going to be like, well, what do they do? What do you mean, what do you do? What do you care? If you up 100% today, you think your wife or your husband's going to ask you, oh, what does the company do? They're like, oh, honey, you made $1,000 today? Oh, that's great. You think she cares if it was Apple or if it was CASI? You know, I mean, we'll talk about that. We'll get to that. But let me move on, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to just bore you with the history and, you know, and about Cybertrade University. Now let me prove to you how we can make you a better trader and how you, hopefully you're going to come and join us and get involved with CTU. There are three different level threes, okay? Three different ways of getting a quote on a stock. Now remember, what is a quote? A quote is knowing what the stock is trading at. You call your broker, you look it online, everything. So here is level one. Level one is only showing you the best bid and the best offer. So in other words, if you want to see what the stock is trading at, it just tells you exactly, you know, what the stock is the real-time quote of what it's trading right now. Now, level two. Level two was really big in the early 90s, okay? Level two was a really good feature back then, but but now brokerage firms are giving away for free, and it's exactly what it's worth. Let me tell you something my dad always taught me. He says, son, you don't want anything for free, okay? And if it's for free, it's not for me. You just want a good deal. Why don't you want anything for free? Because there's a catch. Nobody works for free, okay? If somebody's going to work for free, you're going to ask them to work for free, okay? But if somebody's giving you something for free, then obviously there's an end game. How do you make money? Why are you giving it for free? What's the purpose of it, okay? There's definitely always, just remember, we're from New York, and New Yorkers are very, very skeptical. When someone says something's for free, they're like, okay, well, it's called street smart. Okay, what's the catch? Okay, so if brokerage firms are giving you free this, free that, free that, free that, well, how do they make money? So level two, getting back to it, it's a great platform back in the 90s, but we're talking 20 years ago. It's completely obsolete. It doesn't give you all the data. Okay, now, level three is what we're going to focus on right now. Now, what is level three? I have a little question, I have a little pop quiz for all of you, okay? Because this is going to help you understand why you've been trading blind for as long as you started. How do stocks go up and down? It's a very simple question. So if everybody could just answer that. How do stocks go up and down in the market? Very simple. Exactly. Supply and demand. Okay? That's it. If you're able to see the supply and demand, that will basically give you the sense of direction of where the stock's going. If you said buy and sell, it's the same thing. Okay? Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. That goes for everything. It goes for any market, right? Oil, you know, Beanie Babies, you know, tulips, remember the tulip crisis? You know, everything goes up due to supply and demand. Home sales, you know, location, everything. Level two is not showing you the full data. It's only showing you their best bid and best offer price. Level three is going to show you all the bids and all the offers. Okay, so let me explain to you what that is. For you to make a distinguish of the direction of a stock, you need to see where these orders are. It's the orders that make support and resistance levels on a chart. It's the orders that influence the price of the stock to go up and go down. If you're not seeing the orders, you're trading blind. You're basically just guessing, okay? Here at Cybertrade University, we're not here to teach you or explain to you how to read that great crystal ball, okay? If you're looking for somebody that is, you know, willing to give you stock alerts or an indicator, we're not for you, okay? This is not, and believe me, I started, that's what I originally thought, but at the end of the day, they can't be there every day for me. And number two, where are they getting their data from? What makes them think it's going up? You see, that's the end game. You got this great indicator. You got this great alert. Okay, great. Where'd they get that data from? And how do they know it's going up? And how do they know it's going down? You see, alert's okay, But if you don't know how they're getting the data to distinguish it, you're basically guessing, okay? And I'm not in the guessing game, okay? I am more in the strategic game, the strategy part of it. And as the strategy part of it is exactly what all of you guys just mentioned, supply and demand. So let's talk about the supply and demand when it comes to it. But before I do that, let's do a quick poll. How many of you here do have level 3? Anybody here have level 3 quotes? It's also known as NASDAQ Total View, Archipelago, the Matrix. Anyone here have level 3 quotes? Just give me a yes or no. Or if you don't even know, give me a big fat question mark. If you're a student, please don't answer. So we got 1, 2, 3 people. There's almost 150 people here. 3 people. 4, 5. Okay? Listen, it's okay. Nobody's going to yell at you. Nobody's going to make fun of you. Nobody's going to rat you out. Don't worry about it. Just be honest with yourself. Okay? Well, Chung, we're going to get to that. Okay? Not as far as I know. Okay, obviously you know if you don't. So if you said you're a little pregnant, it's like obviously you are. You know, there's no such thing. If you do or you don't. So I'll take that as a no. All right. Level 3 is where you're going to see something called all the high frequency trades. Level 3 is what replaced all the exchanges. If you ever noticed New York Stock Exchange, there's nobody even there anymore. Everything is all electronic. So when you're asking, how do I see all those orders? How do I see all those institutions? Where are they placing their orders? Now that they're not having a floor in the exchange, then where are they going? Okay? So everybody's thinking like, well, they're in the dark pools. You got to look at the dark pools. Listen, if anyone talks about dark pools, you basically don't know what they're talking about. They're not traders. First of all, you cannot see a dark pool, number one. Number two, the only people, if you go to Investopedia, it looks, and I don't want to waste and sit there and talk about dark pools, but go to Investopedia and they have a great explanation video of what is a dark pool, okay? What you want to see is where all the orders are going on the street. So what we're looking at is at the street orders, okay? Anyone here know how to read a chart? Okay, so if you know how to read a chart, you're probably wondering, how does it start get its, what makes a support and resistance level on a chart? That is the big buyers and sellers. That's what we're about to see. So here is a level 3 version. Okay, we're looking at TradeStation, which is on the Matrix. They are direct access, and they do have level 3. But now what's happening is that level 3 is aggregating more than one order. There are different level 3 companies. Okay, you have NASDAQ Total View, BATS, EDGX, Archipelago. These are what we call ECNs. One of you guys just asked me, what is an ECN? An ECN, the abbreviation of it is Electronic Communication Network. It's a network system that we're electronically connected to place our orders, which allows you to become a market maker, allows you to post bids and offers. And this is where market makers are now posting all their orders, okay? All the traders are posting their orders there. So this allows you to become one of them. I was one of the developers who built and helped build these ECNs. Like I told you, I am the original Sozband. I'm the original day trader who started. The exchanges came to us day traders to help develop these platforms. So I know the system up and down. When this happened, this totally put all the traders out of business. Okay? So now you don't need a brokerage firm to place your orders. You could do it yourself. Okay? So this is what level 3 allows you to do. So not only are you seeing the orders, but you're now also seeing now you're getting to place to become one of the market makers to place those orders. Now, how do we utilize this data? Okay, so you'll notice there's a very big difference between the level 2 and the total view. What is the big difference? Well, if you notice right here, let me see if I get my crayons here. Okay, so where it says right here where it says the bid. Okay, does everybody see that? The bid on the left-hand side on the level 2. MMID stands for Market Maker ID. bid is the price that he wants to buy it for, and the size, the amount of shares that he wants to buy. Everything there is multiplied by 100. The thing is, you see there is a EDGX between all these guys, 6,000, 6,000, 5,000. This is basically right there, that 16,000 share order. What's nice about it, it aggregates it. But the thing is, you're not seeing all the other orders down here. You're not seeing the 1,200 shares. Or how about up here on the sell side? You're not seeing the 8,000 share seller at 250, right? You don't see him there. You see 100 shares, 2,000. You're not seeing the 3,000 shares, the 5,000 shares. So you're seeing a lot more orders. Now you're seeing the orders of where people are putting their limit orders out there. Are you getting where I'm going with this, guys? You see, level 2 is not showing you where all the orders are. Let's think about this for a second. What makes a resistance level on a chart? Can everyone answer that? What makes a resistance level? What prevents a stock from going down on a resistance levels? I can tell you this, it's not a Mr. Fibonacci indicator, it's not a Bollinger Band, it's not an RSI. You just said it earlier. What is it? That's right, sellers. Do you see sellers on the level 2? Do you see sellers on a chart? No, you don't. That's why you need level 3. The level 3 are the orders that confirm it. So let's bring up a chart and let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's a stock that went from $1.70 all the way up to about 250. Okay, and it came from 250 and came right down. Why did it go down to 250, down to $2? Think about it. How many of you bought a stock and you wish you sold it? It's like, damn, I wish I sold that stock sooner. Why did I get greedy? Okay, why did it go down? Why didn't this? And everyone's got their 2 cents philosophy. Well, did you see the 3 soldiers and the 5 greens from the 5 greens you had? From the 5 greens, you got 2 reds, and then you didn't see the volume, and you see this little slope right there. You didn't see that, guys. You know, enough with the analyzing. Okay, let's just go right to the point. Did you see the 8,000 shares, the 21,000 share seller at 255? Did you see that? Okay. Did you see the 16,000 share buyer here at 230? You know, I mean, do you see these things, or are you just trading blind? What makes the resistance levels are sellers. Here's another example. Okay, X. Wrong one, actually. MTBC. Let's look at this one. That was a little error on that one. They missed up the slide right there. But let's look at this one right here. Look how the stock went straight up. It goes from $1.60 all the way to 274. Okay, why is the stock going to go up? And looking at the stock right here, if you notice, why is it stopping right here? Okay, well, did you see that there's a 175,000 share seller out there? How many of you guys, when you see an order, do you see big sellers out there? Do you ever see that? By the way, you don't see it on a chart. How do you know it's going to break 250? And why is it stopping at 250? Okay? Remember, how do stocks go up and down? Supply and demand. Okay? Now, we always have people always say to me, which I'm shocked no one said it yet, you always get somebody that says, oh yeah, how do you know these are not fake orders? Well, first of all, it's illegal, and or isn't this called spoofing? First of all, spoofing is illegal. Okay, so and first of all, why would you be in the business that there's a lot of people doing things that are illegal? And number two, how do you know it's spoofing? Who told you it's spoofing? And how many brokerage firms out there could put fake orders out there? The exchanges will never even allow that. You need to put money on the line. Okay, what do you think? I could execute that guy and all of a sudden be like, oh no, it was a mistake. Oh, I didn't mean to buy it. I was just going out there and paper trading. You can't. Yeah, you could paper trade, but your order's not going to advertise. That's a real order. Okay. What is the gray and black and yellow in the middle of the level 3? That's irrelevant right now. That's irrelevant, Jay. What's important right now that you have to understand is supply and demand. Okay? Because think about it, Jay. How many of you here even know what level 3 is? A lot of you don't even know what it is. I'm glad that you're starting to now explore different things and say, oh, now what's this? What's that? That's great, Jay. We'll teach you that later. Right now, let's just see if this is for you or not. Okay? Because my goal, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to explain to you that if you want to get involved in the greatest job in the world, the greatest career in the world, probably the highest salary in the world, well, you better learn supply and demand first and know how to read the market. Otherwise, you better quit while you're ahead, because whatever money you have in the market, if you think education's expensive, try ignorance. It's not worth it. Now, looks like those are a lot of 175 limit orders. Yes. Now the thing is this, Richard. Can the stock go past $250? Is that even possible? There's 175,000 shares out there, right? Could it even go there? Could it even break it? Of course it could. Of course it could. Somebody can come in there like, you know what? It's a pretty good buy. I'll buy it. I'll buy the 175. And sure enough, look what's happening. Now we're down to 17,000 shares. Look at this little volume spike right here. Somebody actually went out there and bought it. Now think about this for a second. That's a lot of shares, okay? You're talking close to, I don't know, $400,000 worth of stock. I know some of you are not putting 175,000 share limit orders out there. So think about this for a second. If somebody went out there and bought 175,000 shares, what do you think the stock's going to do? Is it going to go up or go down? If somebody went out there and bought that guy's shares, what do you think it's going to do? Well, that's where we're going to get to, John and Rich. That's where we're leading to. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. And look at it. Now it's at 264. Okay? Now look at all the buyers coming in. You see, what you've just witnessed, I will show you this live in the market. How many of you want to see this live? I mean, anyone could make a beautiful PowerPoint, right? You see all these people. They sound so perfect, right? Listen, here at CyberTrade University, one thing that we do, we practice what we preach, okay? We'll actually go, and my goal today is I am going to invite all of you to see this live in the market. So you're not saying, oh, yeah, Fausto, I heard about this, and, oh, I heard about these spoofing, and no problem. I personally guarantee it. How about that? I'll show it to you live in the market, and you're all welcomed to see it live. But I am not here to waste your time, because this is not something you're going to learn in an hour. My job today is I'm here to recruit CyberTrade University. I'm trying to recruit new traders to join our team. We're looking to find serious traders that really want to make money and want to do this, take this seriously. And I'll be happy to train you how to do it the right way. But if this is not for you, that's okay. That's okay. Because it's not for everybody. And it's definitely not for the self-educated, self-taught individual. But if you really want to learn, I'm going to invite all of you guys to come and I'll show it to you live. But my job right now is to just show you a couple of slides to just give you just to spark your interest, something I could just get right to the point and show you what it is. And if it is something, you'll move forward CTU. Where's the buy order from the volume spike? Should have been shown in the blue column. No, the blue column are the buyers, the red column are the sellers. You know, it takes two to tango. Somebody went out there and executed that order, okay? But you could see here from the volume bar that that was a transaction that went up that high. So hopefully that answers your question. Now, what we call them here at CyberTrade University, these are called iceberg orders, okay? We invented that word since I started about 25 years ago. And the reason why we call them iceberg orders is because when you see it above water, you don't really think of anything of it. And that's your level 1 version. But if you had level 3 and you were able to see underwater, you're like, oh my God. If we even get close to that thing, it's going to sink the ship. So that's where we kind of get, why we invented the word iceberg orders. So to be a good trader, you have to see where these iceberg orders are, because these iceberg orders are what create supports and resistance levels. Simple enough. Now, if you guys visit our website or visit us on our YouTube channel, you know, I have a couple of good examples, 2-minute, 5-minute clips. Just subscribe to us. We send out alerts every morning. And, you know, so you kind of get to feel, listen, if you move forward CTU, it's great. If you're not ready yet, that's okay too. If you need to you do your homework and try to figure out, you know, I'm looking at a couple other schools and whatever, I don't know, I want to get the feel of it, that's okay. You know, we want to build your trust. Okay, we want to, listen, we don't need your business, we respect your business. And to respect your business, you have to respect what we're doing first. If you don't respect it, then you're wasting your time and you're wasting our time. Remember, I'm here to look for people that I could train that will make my life easier so we could all work together like a team. You know, I want to bring up a very good point, because somebody brought this up earlier and sent me an email. And I thought it was a great question. People always ask me, and it says, Fausto, if you're such a great trader, why do you teach? Are you in the education business? Well, let me explain and answer. I don't know what everyone else would tell you, because I totally agree with you. A lot of people out there are just trying to sell you and make money on education. Let me tell you what we do here. My job, and here at Cybertrain University, is that the only way I make money is that if I train you how to make money, you're going to make my life easier. Because more people are out there trading. It's like a big wide net. I got more people fishing out there, and everyone's looking for, oh, Fausto, look at this. This one's moving, that moving. I'm only one person. If I had, you know, hundreds of people out there helping us to compete against the 10 million out there, it helps us all make money a lot easier and a lot faster. That's what separates us from everyone else. Understand something. If you're looking for someone to tell you what to buy and sell, Cybertrain University is not for you. If you're looking for an indicator, we're not for you. We're definitely in the wrong place. If you're looking for somebody that's want to show you how to make your own decisions and that could teach you how to trade on your own, that you don't have to depend on, well, that's what I'm looking to do. If you're looking to trade with people that are very successful, that's been a long-running school, then that's what we're looking to do. But to do that, you got to know what trading's about. So please don't get discouraged and thinking that trading is a bad thing. So this is what I'm looking to do really quick. I want to stop really quick, just a couple of minutes, and I want to offer a quick promotion. For $19, okay, like I just mentioned to you, I want you guys to join me for a week in my trading room, okay? Now, why am I charging $19? Well, first of all, we don't make money at $19. We're obviously just want to cover the cost of our webinar technology. I'm going to show you this for a whole week. I can't teach you how to trade it in an hour, but I could definitely show you within a week. For $19, you'll have access to our professional trading room. And if you register right now, okay, the first 10 people that register right now, I will personally give you a free coaching class over the phone. Now, why would I even waste my time doing that? I told you. I want to interview you and see if you're qualified and if you want to do this and take it seriously. Because you're going to take it seriously in respect to trading, I will respect you, and I'll be happy to train you how to do it the right way. And then you and I can learn how to make the 6-figure salary. Okay? But if you're not one of the 10 people, then no problem. You still have access to one of my instructors. You can still talk to them. But I'm going to go out of my way right now. Whoever registers, if you do it right now for $19, not only are you going to get our trading room, our live meetings, our chat, our personal education advisor, but you're also going to get a free coaching with me. And like I said, why am I wasting my time? Because people always ask me, well, Fausto, why would you waste your time? You're making money at $19? I thought you make thousands a day. I do, but the only way I could do that if I'm going to find the right people that want to learn how to do it. Okay? So I don't know if you guys see that link up there, but I don't know if any of the staff at CTU can go out there and post it up there. But should be able to see it right there. Just give you the link right there. There you go. Okay? Here's your link. All right. So for some of you that's still not convinced, don't worry, we still got some time. We're almost halfway there, but I'm running out of time. I got about 15 minutes, so let me move on. So basically, how do we know these orders are getting executed? Time and sales. I mean, how many of you guys here use time and sales? David, thank you very much. Once again, David saying thank you, great teacher and a terrific staff. And not only that, David, as much as we give great customer service and have a great staff, because remember, we're not a franchise. We're here to work together like a team, and it's people like you that are going out there that we're out there to make, because at the end of the day, why are we here? We're here to make money. Okay, we're not here in the charity business. We're here in the training business. We want to make money with you. So always remember that. And my staff just has a great passion because they see how successful people are, and that's why our students love us what we do. Anne has a question. Can you use swing trading if you don't day trade? Yes, but let me explain something to you. Swing trading is a lot riskier because you're holding a position overnight. Options is almost 5 to 10 times riskier. Think about it. What makes an option move? The movement of the stock. How do you know what option to trade if you don't even know what stock to trade? If the stock's not moving. If you knew what was moving, then you'll be a better options trade. If you knew what's happening over the course of the day, guess what? You'll be better of a swing trade. I don't know if you guys saw one of the big swing trades that we had. Did you guys see what happened to a stock? Let me just bring this up really quick. I'll put it in a chat for you. HMNY. Anybody have an execution system? Take a look at that one. HMNY. It at $1. It's already almost hit in less than about 2 weeks. It went to almost $40. How many of you guys been in a stock that was up 4,000%? Right? HMNY. That's it, right? HMNY. Check it out. Okay? How did you know? Now, if you knew what was happening over the course of the day, then you would have done a good swing trade on it. So my point is this. Before anyone goes out there and starts learning indicators and charts and options, you got to learn how to day trade first. Once again, what's the worst thing that could happen to you with the $19? If it doesn't work out, guess what? I'll give you $19 back. I don't need your $19. The $19 is just a good faith of getting involved in a trading room and building a good relationship. John, it's right. It's been going up crazy, but you know what? If you didn't see what was happening over the course of the day, how would you know to swing trade it? And if you follow us on Twitter or follow us on YouTube and look at our videos, we've been trading the stock for the past 2 weeks, But meanwhile, everyone's got to trade Apple. Got to trade Apple. Oh, what's the Tesla options doing? Oh, did you see the Tesla options? Did you see what's happened with Netflix? Come on, guys. Seriously. Do you really care what you trade? Okay? I'd rather trade stock up 4,000%, in 2 weeks than trade, Amazon, that hasn't gone anywhere in the past, 2 months. It's all about making money, guys. It really is. So let's get back to our training part of it. So anyway, here at Cybertrain University, we're going to teach you how to see the tape, read the tape, see the stocks getting executed, knowing how the stock gets its data from the chart. Everybody out there wants to learn how to read charts. And that's like the biggest mistake, okay? You got to understand what makes a chart move is the movement of the stock. You have to use a time and sales window because it's the time and sales that control the chart. Look at all the greens. You know what green means? Green means people are the sellers are getting executed. That means people are buying it from the sellers. Do you know what the problem with a chart is? A chart is delayed. If you look at a 5-minute chart, that means you're 5 minutes behind. Could you imagine being in a race and you always the people in front of you are always 5 minutes ahead of you, trying to catch up? Oh, I use a 200 moving average. I use the RSIs. Guys, listen. Stop acting like an analyst and start acting like traders. And you know what? For that $19, what's the worst thing that could happen? That's the way you look at it. Now, John, Paul says $19 is a price for a slice of pizza on Long Island. Well, depending on what town you live in. But the pie is, I can tell you that, nice pizza pie. John, question, what is the best platform? Once again, John, don't worry about the platform. when you come in the trading room for $19, you'll see the platform, you'll see his trade, you'll see all that good stuff. And then you're going to talk to an education advisor, and he'll tell you where to get the level 3. Listen, I'm not going to tell you where to get it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And you know why? If I told you, you're going to end up you're going to go out there, do it yourself, and you're going to probably get yourself in big trouble, and I don't want to be responsible and have somebody put a bad article on me and say, oh, yeah, Fausto told me level 3, and I lost all my money. Listen, out of respect, you want to learn how to do it? Take the $19. If you're not happy, I'll give you $19 at the end of the week. At least give me a week to show you what it is and prove to you it's worth it, and talk to an education advisor. That's the least. And you know what? If you registered early, you know what? I'll talk to you on the phone. What's better than that? Paul, you're in Locust Valley? Beautiful area. Love it. You're right around the block from our office in Syosset. So let's look at a couple examples. So what is the benefit of day trading? Well, so let me tell you a little bit about day trading now. Day traders, all we look to do is make a day's pay. That's it. If you really think about it, this stock that I just showed you, one of my students trade, you know what? If you could make 66 cents on 500 shares and make a $330 profit, or you know what? You do 1,000 shares of it. If you do the math, how many people make, you know, $1,300 an hour? I mean, I'm not trying to sell you the dream, but you know what? Us day traders, we don't work all day. We work the first hour of the open and the last hour of the close. I mean, that basically comes down to it. All right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you trade. We don't react. But you know what? Everybody wants to go out there. They want to learn indicators, you know, and don't realize it that what makes an indicator move is the movement of the stock. You know, when you look at stocks and charts, how to read them, you know, you can make them so damn confusing. And next thing you know, it's like technical analysis paralysis. Stop analyzing and start trading. Let me show you how to do it the right way. Let me introduce you to my students. Come and join the trading room. Give me, you know what? It won't even take you a week. It'll take you about 15 minutes to realize that you're going to be like, just like I did when I first walked into the trading room, when I first lost and took my first job. I'm like, my God, how does anyone even have a chance competing? Not anyone delays data anymore. No, not anymore. But regardless of the delayed data, the chart is delayed. You have to learn how to react. You can't sit there, because let me tell you about indicators. Let me tell you what's great about indicators. They're always right. You know, I was just at an event about a couple of weeks ago, and I was listening to somebody. I'm like, my God, this sounds like I'm going to make $1 million on this indicator. But they forgot to tell you is that they were invented by mathematicians, not traders, and nothing wrong with mathematicians because a lot of them are my students. But by the time they kicked in, it was like 10 minutes ago. And then by the time you figure it out, I'm like, you know what? Why couldn't it be 10 minutes? Why couldn't 10 minutes predict 10 minutes in the future? Not what happened 10 minutes in the past. But everybody wants to learn the indicators. And you know what? It works for swing trading and options trading, but it does not work for day trading. So let's talk about some stocks that we traded this week. CLNT, this is our little Twitter. Number one stock on our list, on our morning watch list. You can see the stock went from $5.50. Actually, most of the money we make is in the pre-market. Anybody here trading pre-market? Because you're all going to be invited when you're not trading. When we do a lot of pre-market trading, a lot of them we do is in our pre-market right here. Okay. Sorry about that. Forgot to make an announcement. I'd like to thank a lot of people. Omar from Wisconsin. Look forward to talking to you. Who else we got here? Becky. Okay. Welcome aboard, Becky. Becky N. Look forward to teaching you. All right. John from upstate New York. Look forward to seeing you. All right. I'm just seeing this. They're starting to come in right now. Some guys are registering. All right, guys, just remember, when you do register, if you're one of the lucky ones and you talk to the education advisor, he'll let you know, and then we'll book an appointment to talk to you. All right, so let's look at some of the winners. Here we have Matt. Can you place orders during pre-market trading? Matt, you better register for the $19. Are you kidding me? That's where we make most of our money. I mean, that was something that when I took my job, when I first learned, I'm like, you could do that? I'm like, of course you could. Okay. And that's where we make most of our money, because our trading room, we open it up at 8:30 in the morning. So a lot of my traders already started trading around 8 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, because there's a big spike around 8:30. So you'll see it, and you're going to get all that stuff. Paul says, don't you have to have 25,000 for a pattern day trading pool? Paul, that doesn't apply to everybody, but for some people it does. But let me ask you something, Paul. If you were able to buy into a business that's going to make you $250,000 a year, are you going to even worry about finding the $25,000? I mean, think about it. You're buying into a business, right? And this is something you're going to be doing as a career. And that's why it's very important that you have to learn first if it's for you or not before you worry about the $25,000. But trust me, okay? If you knew you can make a six-figure salary doing this and seeing it being as easy it is, trust me, everyone here will find the $25,000. And honestly, Paul, if you don't have it, then you really can't afford to trade. And let me tell you, one of the issues with that is, I don't want you to think and discourage you or anybody here, because then what ends up happening, people are like, oh, but you don't have to have that with futures. You don't fall within that with options. You don't have to fall with that with forex. And let me tell you something. That's why those are the biggest failure rates. You think stock trading is hard, is a failure rate? Do you know how worse it is for forex? It's probably a 95% failure rate, okay? And that's all it is trading capital, which, by the way, just to let you know, I don't know if anyone has heard about this, but President Trump, that was a rule that was put back in 2000 when the crash kicked in. And President Trump is obviously, I think that they're working on eliminating that $25,000 day trading rule because it's discriminating against day traders. So, and a lot of the brokerage firms are really pushing for it, because when they put that law into place, not to get off the picture, the reason what's happening, a lot of people found other avenues to trade, and that's why more people got into forex and options and all that. And obviously, it's a lot harder to make money doing that. So where there's a will, there's a way. So, but once again, if you don't have the money to trade, you shouldn't afford to trade. Period. Because you know what? If I could show you a stock like CLNT, and it goes from $5.50 to almost $8 in a matter of 30 minutes, are you going to worry about, and you made yourself $2,000-$3,000 on a trade? Are you going to cry about that over spilt milk? Or a short on an overnight? Because everyone thought like, oh, did you see Micron Technologies, how strong it was yesterday? Sure enough, on our watch list, boom, look what ended up happening. Great short. Imagine holding that overnight. How many of you guys got caught onto that? Listen, the potential income. Let me just explain something to you. You don't really need to make a lot of money to day trade. If you just 50 cents a day on 1,000 shares, 50 cents at $10,000, that's $120,000 a year. Sonny Decker, great to see you. Welcome aboard. Love to hear. Send me an email, Sonny. Hope you're doing well. No problem, Sonny. It was always great. I was looking for you for a long time. Hope your retirement's been treating you well. All right. So anyway, guys, best trading job in the world, but you got to learn from good mentors. Okay, you got to learn. It's not from one. You might have to learn from a few. So for some of you that have taken a course from somebody, listen, that's okay. You got to learn from a few of them. So don't ever think that one is going to make it. This is my advice to all of you. Everybody here should buy a little bit from everybody. It's a little something, You're not going to spend a lot of money. I mean, think about it. $19. You can't afford $19, right? And if you're not happy and get all these great benefits, I'll give you money back. If you can't afford to spend $20 from this person, $50 from that, just to understand what's going on, and you might want to take 2 or 3 in that industry, because if you're going out there and risking $25,000, $50,000, and it's not even the money. I'll be honest with you, it's not even the money. You know what's the worst? You going out there and taking the next 2 to 3 months of your life, because you still need income, right? to put your efforts into something and find out it didn't work out. Think how much money that actually cost you. Even if you broke even after 3 months or 6 months and it didn't work out. Why? Listen, the cheapest trade you're going to make is getting yourself educated. So this is what I want all of you guys to do. Come and join our cyber group room. Join me for the week. You could postpone it. You don't have to do it today. You could start on Monday, just as long as you register now. You're going to meet the Benitos, the Lawrence, the Andreas. You're going to see all these people trading, talking together. You're going to see, and this is what the biggest thing you need to understand. Don't judge me on my winners, okay? Judge me on the students and how they trade. You see, remember, I'm not going to tell you what to buy and sell. My job is to teach you how to trade. It's you need to learn how to trade and see if these guys can make money. Because that's how you're going to know if Cyber Trading University is the right school for you. So how you can start learning today, ladies and gentlemen? Very simple. $19. You're going to get a tape reading course. You're going to get 3 daily market meetings, morning, afternoon watch list, live Q&A trading sessions. You're going to get your own personal educator. And once again, if you're not happy, I'll give you money. And last but not least, for the first 10 students, like I told you, you're going to get a free coaching class with me. How much could you, how bad could it possibly be? Because let me tell you, you know what my ultimate goal is? I would rather you quit trading after going through this because it's not for everybody. It's really not. I wish everybody would do it, but it's not for everybody. And with the 10 million people plus, they said maybe it's 25 million people out there. I don't know what the true number is, but for that many people out there, imagine how many uneducated people out there, and think about it. Who would you rather trade against? The best traders on Wall Street or the uneducated traders on Wall Street? Well, our job is to trade. You're not going to beat the best, but you know what? You could join them. And that's the beauty about doing this. So as a bonus, like I said, you're going to get 5 pro workshops. You're going to get hundreds of hours of trading strategies, recordings. You're going to get the Q&A. You're going to get everything. All you have to do is register. And you know what? If you don't have, if you want to call in, you don't want to do it online, 877-70-CYBER. You can always call us and do it now. John, did I make the first? Eric just said you did, John. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. All right. So once again, you got the link right there, guys. Any last minute questions before we go? Sorry we went a little bit over, but I got about a couple of minutes. Does anyone have any last minute questions regarding what we talked about and how to move forward and what we're going to learn? Anyone have any questions? What is a trading platform I would need to enroll in? What level 3 for low brokerage fees for a decent funding and limited account? Okay, so John, that's a lot of questions that cannot be answered in a short period of time. But let me just explain to you what you have to do, John. When you come in the trading room, you're going to see what a real trading platform looks like, okay? You're going to have access to an education advisor, and also you're going to have access to talk to an instructor. Like, once again, you'll be able to talk to me, and you're a case-by-case basis. I need to know a little bit about you. You know, envision me being your doctor. You're coming in, you're sick. Listen, you're saying, hey, doc, I got a fever. I can't tell you, over just by you telling me you have a fever. We need to have a little bit more of a better conversation. And then I would advise you, and it's your choice to take that recommendation or not using it, okay? But you could see where I'm going with this, that it's not just a simple question where you're just watching a 30-minute commercial and telling you I'm the best. And remember, also remember something else, and you could use this in everyday life. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good, okay? You just want to, you don't want to, it's like I'm building my house right now, right? I didn't go with the cheap guy and I didn't go with the expensive guy. I went with the middle guy. I mean, as much as I want to get the cheap job, but let me tell you, if anyone here owns a home and you think, and sometimes you actually went beyond it and took the cheap guy and you're like, my God, I should have never hired this guy. What a disaster. Okay. And then you had a good recommendation. The guy was, was a little bit more money. Or maybe some of you guys went with the more expensive guy because you knew what you were getting. And you knew you were going to get exactly what you were supposed to get. So remember, you get what you pay for. Kramer, you know what? I think you did. I think you did. Donald, from out of the country. Hold on, let me just see. Got a lot of you that registered right now. Kumar, yes. You're from California, right, Kumar? Are you from California? I believe you are. Tushner from Arkansas, you made it. Welcome aboard. It looks like a lot of you here. John Davis from Georgia. Okay, got you there. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to go, and I just want to leave you off with something very briefly before a lot of you guys go. First, I'd like to thank my students for being here and, adding some comments, and, they're here to help recruit. I always told them, make me a promise. If I make you money, just go out there and you'll see why we need to recruit other traders, because this is why we do it. And, and there's a lot of you that are registering. Just make sure you talk to an education advisor. He tells you a little bit about what's going on, and then you book your appointment. And then there's some of you here that didn't move forward with us, and it's okay. Maybe you're not convinced. Maybe you want to still do your homework. Listen, register for us on YouTube, Facebook, like us, get our alerts, and, and do your homework. You should, listen, this is a big responsibility. But just remember, there are some people here that are the self-taught individuals, and those are the ones that really concern me. Guys, if you are one of those people, and you know who you are, if there's anything you could learn from this that we've talked about, you don't really need to spend a lot of money to learn. But you have to understand something. You would never give your money to an advisor that never learned how to trade, that never knew finance. Well, you're doing it right now. You work very hard to make that money. You work very hard to build that pension. You work very hard and you have to move forward. But you can't move forward and do it by thinking you'd be self-taught or thought you could think you could learn just watching YouTube videos and attending free webinars. You have to learn before you could earn. And I want to leave you off with that. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the staff at CTU for helping make this possible, all the partners and students, and look forward to seeing you all in the professional trading room. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.